Hey everybody, this is Mike with elevatedronemedia located here in Rhode Island. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of Ruko's newer drones called the U11Mini. We're going to unbox this drone, we're going to charge it up, and we're going to take it for a spin and check out the performance. Let's get to it. All right, let's take a look at what's in the box. On the side of the box, there's some details. The drone itself is under 250 grams. It comes in at 249 grams, so there's no FAA worry. You don't need to register this drone flying for recreational use. There's a 4K camera, 4K UHD, so the imaging should be quite well. It has 3 modes of speed, which is always fun, and also there are optical sensors on the bottom of the drone which help it with landing so that it doesn't land on any objects, and it helps it also land accurately. The drone itself comes in this nice carrying case, very stable, soft, so therefore it's probably great to travel with this drone. You could throw it right into a backpack and you're on your way. The drone itself is very compact. It folds out just like any of the other folding drones on the market. It's very compact. In fact, it reminds me of the DJI Mini. It's very comparable in size, as you can see. This drone is also under 250 grams, so they're very comparable. The Ruko comes with brushless motors, so they should be very reliable, and also very sturdy, well-built wings. The camera itself, unlike the DJI Mini, this camera is not on a gimbal. So I'm a little concerned about the stability of the picture. However, it does come on a dampening pad, so that I'm hoping that's going to absorb some of the vibration. Because this doesn't have a gimbal, there's only an up and down movement of the camera. There is no side to side control on this camera. It's only up and down. So you need to take that into account when flying the drone. As you push forward, the drone has a tendency to move like this. Therefore, it's probably a good idea to keep that camera at its highest point. On the bottom here is the optical sensor, and of course on the back is the battery. Now you get 2 of these batteries, and apparently they last for 35 minutes. I've always found that there's always a little bit of exaggeration on the life of the battery in any drone. But here's the charging port. It's a USB-C, so you know, it's just like any other battery on the drone that needs charging. The controller itself has its little joysticks that fit right into the bottom. It also has the charging port down here, so your control stick could just be easily screwed in. Like I said, it comes with 3 different speeds. You have the cinema mode, the normal mode, the sport mode. You have the on-off button. You have a pause button, which is very convenient. If the drone starts getting out of control, you could hit that pause button and it's going to stop immediately in the position that it's at. It also has the return to home feature, which is extremely helpful. You hold down this button and the drone is going to come back to exactly where it took off. It also has the phone holder. And what's really nice about this controller is that it's hardwired to your phone. So you're not relying on Bluetooth or Wi-Fi connection to your phone. And that's going to provide a lot of reliability in terms of picture and also latency. So what the drone is doing, you're seeing in real time on your phone. So let's go home, charge the batteries, and give it a go. All right, we're ready to give the U11Mini a try. I've downloaded the app. It's important to make sure that you download the correct app. Ruko has a number of different apps on the App Store, but there is a QR code in the manual that makes it easy to find that app. So just like any new drone that I get, I like to calibrate the compass, and I've already done so just to save time. And the drone is currently on and connected to the app. It's connected right now to 20 GPS satellites, and the strength seems very good. I do have a 32 gigabyte memory card in there to capture video and still photos. On the app itself, it has a slide to start motors, and as you can see, the motors start, and then there's a button for takeoff, and it will automatically begin to hover. We can test the stability and control of the drone, and it seems to be very reactive. Let's check the control of the drone. It seems to be very reactive, very stable. All right, let's take off. All right, there's a little bit of shake to the camera, which is expected on any drone without a full gimbal. But for a day when there's moderate wind, it seems to be holding very steady, and the picture is extremely good. You can raise and lower the camera, and let's start moving forward. Moving forward on a camera that doesn't have a gimbal, it's always a good idea to point the camera up as far as possible, because as the drone moves forward, it's going to focus down. So you want the camera up. And it's a pretty stable flight. Once again, this is expected on a drone without a gimbal, but it's moving quickly, and the controls are very reactive. It hiccuped a little bit there with the connection. We're at 1,000-foot distance, and the app seems to be hiccuping a little bit in terms of connection. Let's move it closer back to its starting point by pressing home and slide to return to home. All right, it's going to begin that process, and you can see the camera reconnected to the app, and it's coming home. Let's take a few photos. takes a little bit for the photo to save onto the card. And it didn't perfectly land on the pad, but it did pretty good. There are other features to this drone where you can do GPS follow, image follow, point of interest, route rules, lens angle, etc., etc. It has a lot of different features, which is pretty impressive for a drone at this price point. It's very similar to what the DJI Mini has. So those are some really nice features. Let's see, photos look amazing. It's really taken some nice photos, and you can see even though there was wind and the drone was shaking a bit, the pictures are very clear. So after flying the Ruko U11Mini, I think it's a great little drone. It is well made. The controller is put together very nice. It seems sturdy. The drone itself is very responsive, and it moves fast and accurately. Some improvements that I would make is certainly a gimbal on the camera. The single axis up and down gives a little bit of vibration and shake. That would certainly be rectified by a gimbal on this drone. Also, at further distances, I did notice that it disconnected from the app and from the controller. But the nice thing about it is, if that happens, it has a return to home feature, which you can easily select on the app, and the drone is going to come back to you no matter where it is in the sky. It's going to come right back to where it took off. So that's a really nice feature, especially if you don't want to lose your drone. But I feel like this is more of a toy than a professional drone by any means. I think it's great for the beginner. I also think it is great to practice in your journey up to more expensive drones. But all in all, I think this is a very good drone. It was fun to fly, and thanks for tuning in. Look forward to reviewing other drones in the future, and hope you tune into those as well. Thanks a lot. See you soon.